That's right. I did not see that Lakitu because we're not playing Mario.
Yeah, we're not playing some video game here.
Yeah, we're here to record a podcast.
Skull, darn it.
American Brews and Tunes.
Yeah.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes. Shibbity beeby dow.
Zip zow. That's right, we're back for another fun one-off episode of American Brews and Tunes.
Zip zap what how?
Yeah, it's time to start rapping, yo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's Christmas already?
No, not rapping with wrapping paper. I mean rapping with straight lyrics.
Rapping some straight lyrics up in the hizzy.
Yeah, like what the wordsmiths do.
Oh, yes. We are not wordsmiths.
No, we're
In
not
terms
Kevin
of-
Smiths either.
Oh, man, funny.
We're just
Anyway.
two wild and crazy guys.
Is that from Borat?
SNL.
Oh.
It's old, like Steve Martin way back in the day.
It sounds like you're doing Borat, though.
They were foreign, like foreigners.
Oh, okay.
Two wild and crazy guys.
Maybe that's where Sacha Baron Cohen got his Borat voice from.
Maybe, but also maybe not.
Anyway.
Anyways, like we said, this is a one-off episode, so it's not our traditional. What do you call it? Our traditional
format.
format. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, it's becoming a traditional format.
It is, but this one's a little different because it's a recommendation.
It is.
We were recommended by Becca to listen to The Heist by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. So
Yes.
what do? We listened to it.
Yep, because that's what we do. If you suggest it, we listen to it.
You heard it here. You heard it first. You suggest it. We review it. Maybe.
And on that, maybe. On that note, if you do recommend an album and there's a particular type of beer that you like, let us know whenever you message us on social medias.
Yeah, as you may remember in the previous episode for the album that Nathan Heemscher recommended.
Sun Life by Cleanup.
Yes.
Yep.
We know that he liked stouts, so we had a big stout.
Yes.
This week we know that Becca likes sour beers, so we got a juicy tart beer
Yes.
in her honor.
We got. Why don't we? Well, let's
talk about this beer.
Let me just maybe talk about what this is.
Okay. Maybe we should. Maybe.
Now, if you aren't familiar, Steve, with how you read this, it's not go say, because they're on different lines here. Go, different line se.
For you people who can't see the can, it's set up where there's a G and an O, and then right below it is an S and an E.
Yes,
They're
so-
stacked on top of each other. So you might think it says go, say.
Go say, but we all know that that's incorrect.
It's one word. Goza.
Goza.
Which is, I believe, an old... Is it a German style?
I would
It's-
assume so, because
It's usually
goza
kind of a
sounds
tartar beer, and there's
Tartar.
sometimes funky flavors, and they put salt in it.
Yes.
And so it gives it a weird, funky, tart flavor. And they can be really tasty, and they can be really weird sometimes.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
What's the brewery?
The brewery is
Collective Brewing.
Arts. Collective Arts Brewing.
Collective Arts Brewing. I've never heard of them in my life.
From Stowe. What is that? It's in Canada, but what is the VT? It's not Vermont, because that's not in Canada.
That's Vermont.
But like product of Canada.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's just imported by that place.
Yeah.
Collective Arts Brewing, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
This is from... I like Canada, so I'm probably going to like this.
Same here. Also, this is a limited release.
Oh,
Goza.
eh?
Whenever I was buying this today, I saw that Collective Arts Brewing had quite a few different Gozas. So this is a limited release one, and it says that it's in
the copper sulfate. This one in particular...
What is that from?
It's from Master of Disguise.
And the copper sulfate.
And the copper sulfate. Do yourself a favor and watch Master of Disguise if you haven't seen it.
If you don't laugh, you do not have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, it's actually not a good movie at all, but I love
But
it.
it's funny though.
Yeah. This goes in particular, this limited release
let's get
from
back to
Collective
the
Arts
beer.
Brewing, is an ale brewed with blackberry, black currant, I'm not really sure what that means,
Current, it's a berry.
lemon zest,
I think.
coriander, and Himalayan salt.
What? That sounds so crazy.
Yeah, the artwork's pretty cool also. It's a guy in a spacesuit doing a DJ set. Yeah, he's
And it
spinning
looks
some
like
vinyl.
and it looks like That looks like Boba Fett's ship is
Yeah.
like doing all the disco lights for him.
That's cool.
So he's
I'm curious about this.
he's playing for the stars.
You want to give it a crack? Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, let's give it a little crack and pour it into our glasses, and then cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, you already gave it a little crack. Okay.
Oh, I can already tell that this is a very colorful beer.
Yeah.
It's
my.
like the just peering into the can. It's straight red. Oh,
Looks like it's blood.
and as I'm pouring it, it again looks
Oh, it's
straight
like a
red.
nice magenta color.
That's a very pretty beer,
It is.
and I don't use that word "pretty" very often.
As often as you can use the term pretty for a beer,
It would be this.
it would be this, yes. My goodness.
I hope it's pretty delicious. Also, oh, yeah, but it's
let me
very.
try to-
How do you explain this color?
I would say that if you took Grimace...
I would say if you took raspberry jam and mix it with Sprite.
No,
I don't know what Grimace.
Hear me
I
out.
mean Grimace from McDonald's.
McDonald's character.
I was gonna say what are you?
Okay, if you take Grimace from the McDonald's commercials or
I'm
their
grimacing at this
cartoons-
analogy already.
or their cartoons.
And you drain him of his grimacy blood. This would be it.
No, well, actually, maybe.
Maybe.
No, but if you just
He probably bleeds ketchup.
I was gonna say if you spread ketchup all over it,
That's terrible.
the ketchup kind of mixes with this purple fur or skin or whatever it is, and it turns this color because it's kind of like
It's like blood red.
it's kind of like blood red, but it also has like a very nice little hint of like blackberry purple, I guess.
Purple, pink. In the foam on top of the head is got a pinkish color to it also.
Yeah, it's kind of
nice looking.
interesting. Oh,
It smells like a goza, or like actually I'm smelling the coriander. You know, if you have like a blue moon, you get that coriander. That's what I'm smelling.
It smells really funky.
You want to give it a cheers and try it? I'm really excited.
It smells good though.
Yeah. As we always say, the magic key phrase. Becca! Ooh, it's tart, really tart, but it's
Whoa.
really fruity.
It's really
Like
good.
really blackberry. Like it tastes like blackberry juice, like the actual blackberries, not like a blackberry flavored candy.
Yeah.
Like an actual blackberry.
Yeah, and I think
They must have squeezed out a lot of blackberries in this. This is delicious.
this is really good.
Very nice.
I'm just waiting to try to figure out if I can taste. I can kind of taste the Himalayan salt right now. It kind of is like it's kind
You
of
can
like
get
an
a little bit of
undernote.
salt,
It's
yeah.
like an undernote, if that's the right word.
That's a good word. Undertone?
Undertone, yeah.
Undercurrent?
Undercurrent berry.
I don't know. I was thinking of leeks. I was going to say I thought it was an onion.
You were thinking of leeks.
Yeah, I'm
Instead
not sure
of
how
what,
that one.
currants.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one came to my
I
mind.
think aren't currants just currant? Aren't they just berries?
I don't know.
Look up black currant real quick.
I'll look it up later.
All right. Well, either way, this beer is pretty darn good. And as you all know, the best social media beer app is Untapped.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, they do not sponsor us. But Steve is checking in this beer right now on Untapped. A great way to share
your
you
beer
know-
going experiences. Remember what you had. See what your friends are having. Just live the ultimate dream.
live literally the ultimate dream. All
That
right.
did sound like an ad, though, didn't it?
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
I kind of like that ad that we just made up.
live the ultimate dream.
Untapped.
Are you tired of this same old boring dream that you've been having for so long? We know the feeling. You lover of craft beer.
You lover of craft beer.
Well, now with Untapped, you can live the ultimate dream. I think that's probably what it would be.
live life untapped.
Ooh,
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, anyways,
or drink beer.
Drink beer.
Untapped.
Untapped. As we always do, if the beer tastes different to us as it warms up, we will let you know. Otherwise, shall we delve in?
We shall. Again, we are going to be reviewing the Heist from...
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
Yes.
From as if it's not written right on your paper.
I know.
So I guess a little bit of background.
On this duo, this hip hop duo.
This is their debut full length, but not their first release.
Okay.
They had an EP come out right before this, maybe a few years before this, called The Versus Redux or the Versus EP, something like that.
Redu.
And it got some notoriety. Is that the right word? So it garnered some success.
Yeah.
got the ball rolling for them. They got some acclaimed notice. So this kind of propelled them forward a little bit, enough to do a full length.
Oh.
This album is 100% independent.
Yeah.
Meaning that it was not done by a major label.
Yeah.
They funded it themselves. They produced it, recorded it themselves, which is crazy.
Insane.
And that independent album went on to win 4 Grammys.
Wow.
Best rap song, best rap performance, best rap album, and best new artist. And they were nominated for an additional 3 Grammys, but they didn't.
Oh my gosh.
But still,
wow. That's
4 out of
insane.
7 is pretty good.
I would say that getting 1 is pretty good.
Well, yeah, I'd say that too. But 7's insane.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that.
My first experience with Macklemore was at my cousin's wedding. She got married in Pittsburgh at PNC Park.
That's pretty cool.
And after the reception, all of us went to a bar across the street, even the bridal party. So she went in her wedding dress to the bar. But as we were walking in, a thrift shop was playing. My sister's like, "Oh, this is Macklemore." I was like, "Who's that?" Mm-hmm. And then it was a catchy song.
I believe. I mean, that's the one song that I really knew coming into this as well. Mm-hmm. Before I listened to this album, and I feel like that's probably the one song that most people know, right?
I'd say so. It's very, very popular.
Yeah. Well, that was. I mean,
like if you know one Macklemore song, it's probably this one.
Yeah, and even if you don't know that it's by Macklemore, you probably have heard the song "Thrift Shop."
And I should technically be saying Macklemore and Ryan Lewis because they are a duo, but I'm gonna forget and say Macklemore. So any of you hardcore fans, sorry.
Did Ryan Lewis make the beats?
Yeah, he makes it. He does all the production.
Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And then Macklemore does the
vocals and lyrics.
Yeah. So a little joint effort.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. I'll try not to forget.
Yeah, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
They make good music together. Shall we delve in?
We shall delve in. Sorry.
Yes, we shall.
Let's do it.
So track number 1 is called 10,000 Hours.
10,000
whereas the
hours.
Pittsburghers would say 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars.
I gave this 4 out of 5.
I thought it was a very good start to the album.
You didn't do an interesting rating system?
I couldn't think of any.
Oh, okay. Well,
and I was trying to do this while I was working.
Oh, well.
Don't tell my
that's
coworkers.
Okay. Hey, Steve's coworkers, if you're listening, he was totally doing this instead of working. Or well working.
But yeah, this is a great album opener.
I agree. It definitely is. I believe that it sets up the whole album as well.
I think so too.
At the end of the song, he says, "Welcome to the heist."
Yeah, a little spoken word intro
Welcome
to the heist.
Yeah.
But I like the message in the song too, though.
Yeah,
it's talking about how like they got all this fame, and he's trying to say it's not an accident. We worked real hard.
Yeah, because the old adage or proverb is that
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours is how long it takes to master.
Yeah, and that actually
an art or
comes from
like
a book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Yes.
And he, I think, is the one who coined the phrase or the idea that it takes 10,000 hours to become a master at your craft or your field.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean success, but it means you need to at least put in that time if you want to succeed.
Yeah. And so keep in mind the idea of the heist. We'll get back to it at a later song.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Moving on to track number 2, which is called Can't Hold Us. I gave this 5 out of 5, and it's an honorable mention.
I gave it 4 out of 5, and it's not an honorable mention.
Oh, I just think the song is really catchy.
It really is.
It's one of the singles.
Yes.
It did really well.
Oh, sorry. It's called Can't Hold Us, featuring Ray Dalton.
Yeah, he's the guy who sings them. There's a lot of featuring artists on here. We don't...
Gotta give them credit, bro.
All right, I'll let you do that because I didn't write any of them down.
All right. You say it. Okay, yeah. Well, we got this.
Yeah. This song's super catchy. The melodic hook, like the chorus, is one of the catchiest parts in the whole song.
Oh yeah.
But even just the rapping's really good. He goes really, really fast.
He goes very, very fast.
The return to the mech. But he does a pretty good job at speaking clearly, so you can at least understand.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I didn't have to look up any lyrics.
Yeah,
it's like I can hear everything that he's saying.
Sometimes you can't hear it, especially when they go light speed rapping like that. But he's
especially
really good
when they jump into warp speed like that.
Jesse and I covered this song once, believe it or not, at MGN.
Was I playing that?
You played the bass.
Oh, I did.
It was for the dance, whatever those people were. The
dance.
They wanted a mashup of this and Lights by Rihanna, so we did it. We had trumpet players come out and do this. We had people rapping and singing.
Yeah, that's and
actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whenever I heard this song, I was like, oh, that's this song.
Yeah. It's a really good song, though. I like it a lot.
It is, yeah. I like it a lot, too.
I don't think it's a very deep song, just fun. Night is the night. Stop till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us.
Just like the ceiling can't hold us.
Like, literally, it just seems like it's about having a good time.
No, it's like I'm pretty sure it's about like him chasing his dream
Yeah.
of like being a rapper.
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Moving on. Track number 3, which is called Thrift Shop. I gave 5 out of 5, and it's an honorable mention.
I gave it 4 out of 5, and I recommended it.
Okay. It's, like we said before, it's probably the most popular song. Well, probably. Debatably. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's literally about him going into a thrift shop and buying cheap clothes that look cool.
Yeah.
Because why spend money on expensive clothing when you can cheap stuff?
And that's kind of the reason that I liked it is, well, not only is the music really, really catchy and pretty great, it has a saxophone in it, so that's pretty cute.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. That
yeah. But although it seems like a very I don't want to use the word shallow, but like it doesn't seem like a very deep song.
I don't think so. I think it's just a fun song.
I believe that it is deep because I believe it connects to the song Wing $.
Okay, I can see that.
Later.
Which we'll come to that later, yeah.
Yeah, and that's...
I would just call it Wings, but it has a $, but we'll touch on that later for you.
$, bro. The only part that I don't really like is the little child speaking.
Hey, Macklemore!
Hey, well, that part's not bad, but the part that I don't like is whenever he's like, or he or she, I don't even know. Goodwill, poppin' tags.
I think it's funny when he says that. Poppin' tags. It's just funny how he says it.
What does he say I
can't remember.
He's like, poppin' tags, yeah, or something.
I think that part's hilarious.
Whenever I would listen to that while I was working, I'd always be like,
okay, kids.
Whenever that part would come on, it would give me the chills.
Yeah. Anything else to say about that one?
No.
It's a good song.
It is good. And that's why I recommended it.
To track number 4, which is called Thin Line. I give it 3 out of 5. It's not my favorite.
I gave it an honorable mention, 4 out of 5.
Interesting.
Thin Line featuring Buffalo Madonna.
That's the lady?
Yeah. Guy.
Is it a lady?
Guy.
Oh, whoever sings on the
another guy
chorus.
who raps as well.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good content in this song.
I'm not like the music very much, but I like the content because he talks. I think it's pretty much just about trying to have a relationship while being a successful rapper.
Yeah.
And how that's really difficult.
Yeah. But he's still searching for like that relationship that has meaning.
Mm-hmm. Walking that.
I don't know about you, but I really liked the keyboard tone in this song.
Oh, I like the keyboard tone in the verses. I think in the verses I like some of the music better. If I'm trying to remember correctly.
Because there's one part where I'm pretty sure Buffalo Madonna is the other guy who raps. So if this is incorrect, I'm sorry, everybody who loves this album.
Sorry, Buffalo.
And knows. But whenever during Buffalo Madonna's verse, the keyboard has a really cool like kind of like walking passing tone line. And it's only for one bar, and it's so upsetting.
You just really like that part?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, if only they would have like.
But gives you something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, but I really like that song though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yep.
On to track number 5, which is called "Same Love."
Yep.
I gave it 4.75 out of 5. Honorable mention.
I gave it 5 out of 5 and recommended it.
Is that your second recommend?
Featuring Mary Lambert.
You're gonna do all the features. That's fair.
That's my second recommendation, yes. But the reason I want to say featuring Mary Lambert is because her part is like one of the most catchiest parts in the whole song.
Yeah, she sings the chorus.
Yeah, the hook, the chorus.
The song talks about people who are attracted to the same sex and are looking for love.
Yeah.
And the whole chorus is sung by that girl, Mary Lambert, is that what you said?
Mary Lambert, yes.
I keep wanting to say Miranda Lambert, but she's a
I know.
singer.
That's why I was like, I wonder if it's a different Lambert.
Yeah, but she sings the chorus and it's talking about how she can't change even if she wanted to.
I can't change even if I tried.
I like the verses a lot too. Like a lot of things Macklemore highlights.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's like
talking about.
It's like if I was gay, I would think rap hated me.
Yeah, because of how liberally they use the word
gay as a put down.
The other F word.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Meaning lesser.
Ty talks about people being on message boards and like hiding behind keyboards and screens and like how we're being like desensitized to how we use language on keyboards, on like computers or phones. And so it has I think it has some of the best what's the word I'm looking for here? Not content, but like the deepest. I'm fine, whatever. Deepest content in the songs. One of the deepest content in the songs, because some
deep lyrics.
Some of the later ones are also pretty deep.
Good. Yeah. Moving on to track number 6, Make the Money.
Yes, make the money, don't let the money make you.
I give it 4 out of 5. I didn't recommend it, didn't honorably mention, but I like the content in there. Talks about how he didn't become a rapper for the money. He said if I wanted,
I would have been a lawyer.
If I wanted the money, I would have been an effing lawyer.
Yeah,
but it's pretty funny. But he talks about how money can definitely influence you when you're making it.
Oh yeah. If you're making it, and I think that's true about anybody, right?
Yeah. But there's one line I liked. I don't remember off the top of my head, but he's like I saw life, so I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Or something like, or I rapped it for you guys, or something like that. I rapped what I saw.
Yeah.
But it's a good one. Moving on to track number 7, which is called Neon Cathedral.
Featuring Alan Stone.
I give it 4 out of 5. I thought this was really well done, how he wrote this song.
Really, really like this song.
He's talking about addiction.
4 out of 5, honorable mention for me.
Okay, I almost honorably mentioned it, but I couldn't honorably mention all of them. It's about like comparing and almost blending imagery of like a church service with a night at a dive bar, and kind of how those bleed together, and the way that he blends the word choices that he uses to like holy water was like with gin, like bathing in gin or stuff like that. And it's really cool how he did it, and it's talking kind of about him not doing what he should do sometimes.
Yeah. And so he calls. I'm assuming that the Neon Cathedral is a bar.
Yeah.
So
neon lights.
Yeah, it's kind of. I really, really like this song a lot.
Very well done. There's even some harmonies in the chorus that almost sound a little gospel-y. The harmony part.
That was probably intentional.
Maybe, or maybe they're just like the harmonies. But probably intentional.
Could be.
I feel like most of the things they do are intentional. Mm-hmm. You got anything else on this one?
Nope.
Well, track number 8.
On to the worst song on the album.
Bom Bom? Is that what it is?
Bom Bom, featuring The Teaching.
Yeah, I gave it 2 out of 5. It's an instrumental, and I'm always harsh on instrumentals.
It's an instrumental. The beginning, whenever I first heard this song, the beginning was kind of cool because it was kind of like a minimalistic piano part of like repeated voices. So I was like, oh, this could be cool. And then that went away within like 5 seconds. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, there are cool elements in there. I'm not a big instrumental guy.
Neither am I. And I mean, like on a rap album, it seems almost worse, right?
Maybe they're just trying to like put it right in the middle, because this does fall like right in the middle of the album. So maybe maybe that's part of the heist. It's just like the flip. You do a flip here.
Just like this isn't normal, so we're doing it anyway because we're doing this solo.
Why not? And they got no one to tell them no. There are some cool jazzy elements in there, but it doesn't do.
Yeah, and like I mean, it is pretty cool. Like, but I don't know. I still just don't like it.
Yeah, I usually skipped it.
Same.
Moving on to track number 9, which is called White Walls.
White Walls.
I get 4.5 out of 5. I think this is also one of the catchiest songs on the album.
Featuring Schoolboy Q.
Whoever that is. This is another big radio hit.
Yes.
Very successul song. And it's about a Cadillac and how it's like his dream car.
I got that off-black Cadillac. I
don't remember the lyrics,
but this was another one of those songs where whenever it got to that part, I was like, oh yeah, I know this song.
Yeah, you knew more than you thought you knew.
Yeah, just because I recognized the hook, the chorus.
Yeah, it's I like how he talks about like, I don't have 24s, like in reference to the rims. He's like, I just got those old wheels with 1,000,000 spokes. And my favorite line in the song is when he's talking about being from Seattle and how they don't have like crazy cars.
How there's a bunch of Hondas there.
Yeah, I'm from Seattle. There's hella Honda Civics.
Yeah. ...
But I really wanted this caddy, so I put in the hours.
Yeah. There's hella Honda Civics.
There's hella Honda Civics. If I ever go to Seattle, I'm going to look for Honda Civics.
I'll bet they're everywhere, dude.
I like Honda Civics.
I'm sure Priuses are everywhere up there, too.
Probably. Moving on to track number 10. It's my first recommendation, 5 out of 5. Jimmy Iovine.
This is the first one that you've recommended?
Yeah, I've only done honorable mentions so far.
Yeah, I gave this one 4 out of 5. It's pretty darn good. And this is where the heist
comes
back, into play, yeah.
Yeah, because he's almost... I feel like this is definitely based on true events, because it's about being courted by big labels.
Yeah.
But they kind of fictionalize it by like making him seem like he's gonna walk in to like steal a record deal. Like he talks about like hiding a gun in the paint can to sneak into the room.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is 100% based on an actual meetings that they've had with major record labels.
Yeah.
And they specify Jimmy Iovine, who I think he's the head of Interscope Records. Don't quote me on that, but he's a big music executive.
Featuring Absol.
Yeah.
This song.
But I don't really care as much for the music, but I love the content because they really talk about how you get screwed over by major label music contracts.
Like he's saying, like the one scene where I believe Absol is voicing the Jimmy Iovine character. Is that how you say his name?
I think it was I think it was Macklemore doing the Jimmy Iovine.
No.
I think the other guy did the chorus.
Maybe.
Yeah, but when he's talking about the deal.
Yeah, he's like, we'll give you $100,000, and after your shows, we'll need all that money back.
Like, so it's a loan? No, it's more of a partnership.
Yep.
But no, it's a loan. And that's literally what a record deal is. And I like how they talked upon the 360-degree deal. I don't know if you know much about that.
No.
But ever since this is a real thing, it's not just in this song. The 360-degree deal entails where the record label is entitled to a portion of all of your revenue, not just on the record. So they can take merch sales, ticket sales, online sales, and everything.
That's
360
crazy.
degrees of your revenue, they can put their hand in there and take a little bit too.
Wow.
Because they're not making as much money on recorded music, so they have to get it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But obviously, they said no.
Yeah.
And they took the independent route.
Yeah. The last line is pretty awesome, where he's like, "I'd rather be a starving artist than succeed at getting effed."
I know. And then just ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Track number 11 was called Wings, but that S has a $sign.
4 to 5.
I give
recommended.
5 out of 5. I recommend it also.
It's great.
Definitely about consumerism, and particularly shoes.
Yes, about
in particularly about
shoes.
I guess you can't say in particularly.
This is in particularly about
shoes.
Is that some type of negative or double negative or something like that?
I don't know.
In particularly.
I was saying in particularly. But I think literally you're supposed to say in particular, or you're supposed to say particularly.
Because you would say, how would you use in particular? You would say,
I'm speaking about Nikes in particular. Or I'm speaking particularly about Nikes.
We're generally speaking about shoes, but in particular we're speaking about Nikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're generally talking about shoes, but particularly Nikes.
Yes.
But you can't say in particularly because that doesn't work. I don't know. I don't do grammar. We're not grammar Nazis. You say in particularly. You guys do it. We don't care. It's on fleek. But this song is about shoes, and he's talking about how awesome they are, and how he got that Nike and how he could touch the rim and play.
And then all of a sudden, him as a child.
Yeah, he's like, it's his favorite thing. And then all of a sudden he's like, and then my friend Carlos's brother got shot for his shoes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it gets real heavy real quick.
Yep. And it's holy poop.
Yeah.
Because I guess back then
people's they do
people
violent
love
things
shoes.
over shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. Is he talking about Nike? Are Air Jordans Nikes?
Yeah, Nike Air Force Air Jordans.
So yeah, okay.
They're expensive too. Yeah, hundreds of dollars.
$100 for a pair.
Over
of
100 pairs. Yeah, $100 for a pair. And eventually he realized it's overpriced. And they're icons that are being sold to us for something we don't need.
Yeah,
we're being duped by the corporations.
Yeah.
He even goes on later to say these Nikes help define me, but I'm trying to take mine off.
Yeah, trying to take his Nikes off, trying to figure out a new way to define himself besides what he owns or the shoes that he wears.
And he even talks about I spent $100 on those shoes. Whoa! Don't mess them up. Leave them in the box.
Yeah.
He's never gonna play basketball, and I'm just gonna.
Yeah, their shoes. Well, he says their shoes. I'm never gonna hoop in.
Yeah, I think it's a great song.
But anyway, so that's why I said this song kind of relates to Thrift Shop.
Because consumerism. And one of the lines in Thrift Shop, he talks about how these guys are wearing Gucci t-shirts and they're so awesome. And he's like, yeah, but that's $50 for a t-shirt. Mm-hmm.
And then
he's talking about $100 for a pair of shoes.
Yeah, and then he's talking about how the guy was like, I'm gonna totally pick up chicks with this Gucci t-shirt on. And he's like, yeah, but you're one of the other 6 guys who are wearing that same t-shirt in here.
Yeah, it's what's the point?
Yeah. So it really is kind of a good take on how dangerous materialism can be.
Agreed.
Which is something that I
don't shoot people over their shoes. That's not cool.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Don't even Don't even punch them over their shoes.
Just don't even take their shoes, or don't even just.
Everybody needs shoes.
Just give them a nice compliment, or don't say anything. How about that?
If you're that desperate for shoes, just go get a $5 pair at Walmart.
Yeah.
And draw Michael Jordan symbol on it.
Yeah. You might get shot for doing that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
a different type of badness.
Moving on, track number 12, which is called A Space
Spas.
Wake.
A Spas Wake.
I give it 4 out of 5. I think that's definitely some wordplay.
Pronounced awake.
Yeah, so it's he's being like awake socially, or as we would say, woke. But it's also like a funeral wake. So it's
wake.
Wordplay. You can mean both there.
Yeah.
Lots of social issues he touches upon on here, like racism, drugs, all kind of crazy stuff.
It's a great album. I mean, a great song. Sorry.
Like, it gets really heavy, especially like that. Each chorus gets a little more heavy, I think.
Yeah.
And by the end, he's talking about how he's like, I want to say these things, but I don't want to alienate my white fans, and I don't want to be like have my white conscious for like the black. Like I'm in a weird position where I want to say the truth, but I'm scared.
Because he at this time, like one of the things that he talked about was he's like, I really want to use hashtag RIP Trayvon Martin.
Mm-hmm. But he's
like, I don't know if I should do that because I'm like in a very strange position right now.
Yeah, being a white rapper.
Yeah, so
yeah.
That's a
good song though.
Very good song, yeah.
Moving on to track number 13. It's called Gold. I gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Featuring 84 Fly.
I think this is, other than the instrumental, this is probably my least favorite.
Yep, same.
And I think it's put in between these two songs because Awake and the next song, Starting Over, are very heavy songs, and this song is not. It's literally about him saying, I like gold. Like that's.
Well, it's about him saying that
the perfect world.
Everything that
could be gold.
Everything that he views is gold. Like everybody has
drinking out of their gold can.
Everything has inherent worth. Is what I think he's saying.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but I think they sandwich this one between two real big tracks. Real heavy tracks.
Yes, they do.
Which brings to the next song, track number 14, Starting Over. I gave it 5 out of 5. It's my last recommendation.
Yes.
This song's about falling off the wagon and relapsing on drugs.
Yes, because what's the story about this song?
So
on their first EP?
The first EP, he had been clean for 3 years, and then he relapsed.
Before writing this album. Before releasing this.
Yeah. And on their last EP, they had a song called Other Side, and that talked about how he was addicted to something called lean. I think there's other words for it, like scissorp, or like drink or whatever it's called. Right. It's like codeine and cough syrup and all kind of stuff mixed together. But it's real bad. People have died on it. Like it's real bad.
Wow.
So he used that song to kind of talk about how he got clean. And on this song, Starting Over, he's talking about how he's like, I'm really ashamed because I used to, like, my sobriety was so public.
Yeah.
Like, if now that I've failed, everyone's going to know and they're going to call me a fraud. But not only did he, like, think about people calling him fraud, but he talked about, like, facing, like, his girlfriend and his parents. Like, the one line is, and you know what pain looks like when you tell your dad you relapsed and you look at him directly in his face.
Yeah. And then he also says, I've never seen tears like this. Or I haven't seen tears like this on my girl's face in a long time.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So
it's heavy. And then later on, he talks about going to an NA meeting, like I think like a Narcotics Anonymous or something, like one of those meetings, support groups. And like some girl comes up to him and talks about how she's got 6 months sober and how Other Side, his song, helped her out so much. Yeah. And he felt so guilty, so he could only like look down and say thanks. I only have 48, because he only has 48 hours clean.
48 hours clean, but at that point, yeah.
But in the end of the song, he kind of there's a little bit of redemption because he says, if I can be an example of getting sober, what he did for Other Side, then I can be an example of starting over.
Yeah.
So
starting back on that sober track.
Yeah. Really good song. It
really is. So there's one more song.
One more song. It's called Cowboy Boots.
All I wrote was no thanks.
No thanks. It's kind of funny sounding. It's got a banjo.
It's really weird.
It's goofy. I think they just put it out as a joke. It's a song about reminiscing in the past and like what makes you happy. Being at a like bar.
Slow when you're drinking PBR.
That's why I thought maybe you like it because you love PBR. There's a banjo.
I know, it's just weird.
It's a funny song, but it's not my favorite.
It's such a throw from what's the phrase? Throw
it's out of left field.
Outside of left field. Yeah.
It's goofy, but overall, I think this is a really good album. I think he's like there's obviously some like goofy tracks that don't hold as much weight as others, but there's some really like deep, like emotional stuff that he's put his heart out there. Really well done.
And I was fairly nervous about listening to this, and I was like, oh no,
because you really only knew like the big songs, and before you thought you only knew Thrift Shop, and so you're like,
I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna like this. But after listening to it, though, it's pretty darn good.
It is.
He has some really, really deep lyrics, and he can spit some rhymes, if you know what I mean.
But he's actually really good live. I don't know if you've seen videos.
No.
He's the only person I've seen who's ever used the entire like stage on SNL.
Really?
Yeah, because normally people don't move at all. He was bouncing everywhere.
Really?
Like super high energy.
That's pretty cool.
If I didn't know he was sober, I'd be...
You would assume that he was on speed or something.
Yeah. But great album. Thanks for the recommendation to Becca. Speaking of the sour beer that we're drinking, what do you think? I think it's still fantastic.
It's still so good. Like, I think this is probably the most balanced sour beer that I've had. Does that make sense?
Have you had the Victory Sour Monkey?
No. Maybe I have. But, like, you know how normally you get a sour beer and it's either, like, way too sour.
Or not sour
or, like,
at all?
not sour at all.
Yeah.
This
one's
one
right
is,
in
like,
the middle.
the perfect amount of sour.
And I think that addition of the fruit juice really helps.
Yeah.
And
the
brings
salt.
it together. Yeah. So, you want to finish it off?
Yes.
All right. Let's, like we always do, we'll give our magic cheer. But real quick.
Oh, yeah.
We need to recommend albums for next week. As we know, this is episode number 42. The one that's coming out next week is Modest Mouse and Anti-Flag.
Anti-Flag, yep.
Which will be 43, which means the episode after that is 44. It's a repeat week.
Oh.
Do you know what you're going to recommend for a repeat?
No.
Well, we'll think about it, and at the end of next episode, we'll tell you. How about that? Because I don't know either.
Ooh, suspenseful.
Suspense.
Dun dun dun. What will they pick for episode 44?
Tune in next week to find out, and then tune in the week after that to actually hear it. All right, let's just sign off for this week then.
All right, we're doing our special one-off cheers.
Yes. This is a tasty beer.
This is a tasty beer.
Well, thanks a lot, you guys. My name is Stephen Johnston.
And my name is Jesse Titus.
This has been American Brews and Tunes. Thank you guys so much for listening. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at our website, brewsandtunespodcast.com. It's the bomb.com.
That's not actually the whole
yeah, it's just brewsandtunespodcast.com.
Yeah. Not followed by thebomb.com.
Yeah, I was hoping that they would just assume that. All right. Peace.
All right, guys. Bye.
Here's a theme song, you know it's not a mean song. It's a good song, just as it should song. American Brews and Tunes.
Shibbity beeby da.